It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, today is a Monday and we are getting started off on a brand new week with some brand new music. I'm really excited for today. I actually was not sure where I wanted to go on today's episode. I always have the option of going back to classic metal on Metal Mondays, and I'm going to do that soon. Y'all, I've got an album that has just reached its 50th anniversary, and I'll tell you about it more in the coming weeks. And I'm eager to get to some Judas Priest in the coming weeks. But for today, we're going to be listening to brand new music from Einar Solberg. And if you don't know who Einar is, well, you're welcome, because hang tight with me. You've got to hear this music, friends. I'm really excited to hear his brand new music for the first time. He is a Norwegian vocalist and keyboardist that we've come to know over the last 20-something years as the frontman of the progressive metal band Leprous. Now, we've heard some Leprous on the channel. It hasn't been very much, but I have heard some Leprous. We heard Nighttime the Skies in March of 2022. That was my initiation, and I loved it. We came back to him, back to Leprous, I should say, in the summer of 2023 on our Patreon, and I released my reaction to The Flood by Leprous in September of 2023. But it's been since then, since we've heard anything from either Leprous or Einar on the channel, and he is out over the last few days with his second solo album. It is called Vox Occulta, and I have been hearing rave reviews from some of our patrons over on Patreon and Discord, so I thought that this would be a really great opportunity for me to check into some of Einar's solo sounds for the first time, and I'm really eager to hear some of his new music. Now, his new album has 8 songs on it, and it's hard to know which of the 8 songs to start with. You know, as I look at it, half of these songs were released with supporting videos before the full album was available, and then the other half of the album has only been available for about 4 days. And here's what I think I've decided to do, y'all. I am drawn to one of these songs with a video because Vita Fragilis, the 6th track on the album, it looks like there is a performance video with some orchestral musicians, and I always enjoy watching a big ensemble play, and that's going to be really, really great. He's going to be with the Norwegian Radio Orchestra. Makes sense. He's from Norway. It's his home country. And I believe that that orchestra is partnering with Einar on about half of the album's tracks. Really, really fantastic. So I'm going to look at Vita Fragilis. That's going to be first. I also think that I'm going to go to the next track on the album, the 7th track. It's called Grex, Grex. It's the longest track on the album at almost 12 minutes. And every time I see a track listing on an album, I see, all right, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Ooh, there's a 6-minute song. There's a 7-minute song. Here's a bunch of them that are about the same amount of time. And here's one that's about twice as long. What are they doing on that one? My curiosity is piqued, you know? So even though it's only been available for a few days and not many people have heard it yet, I want to hear it. And so I want to be among the first to hear it with all of you. It's brand new. Both of these are brand new, and I'm just ready to get going. Because it's brand new, I don't know a ton about all of these supporting backing musicians. So we're just going to go with what we know. It's Einar Solberg, and he is performing with the Norwegian Radio Orchestra. And up first, we're going to listen to Vita Fragilis. So let's get to it, friends. Here we go. Get ready. Ooh, like something's coming.
Out through the ether on a pale silver thread, floating light as a feather, where the gravity bled.
Trying to figure out.
I was numb when it started.
Didn't know what I felt. Trying to figure out what meter that is, or if it's just a syncopated 4.
There's a light I should follow, though it flickers ahead. Should I know where it's leading? Should I go there instead?
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's a 4-measure macro phrase, with the last measure only having 3 beats. 2, 3. Cool. Okay.
Crumbling like paper in the rain. A current pulling me, fading when the abyss speaks my name.
Crumbling like a paper in the rain, a current pulling me, fading when the abyss speaks my name.
Fading like leaves against the wind. A flicker haunting me.
Ray May.
The
Down to
mirror whispers everything I've been.
I believe C minor. Cool. Down the minor scale. Okay. Over and over, I'm shifting through a world I deny. Falling forward and lifting where the wolves. It turns major for a second. Still in the minor. And they're back to that. Just listen to him.
When the air turns to glass, holding thoughts I can speak of,
Guts to his
like a
voice.
ghost in the past. Oh,
And that's the song. There's no outro or anything. Well, that's interesting. It's like it's unfinished. Einar, where's the rest of it? It's like, yeah, okay, take three. No, where's the rest of it? I needed like an outro. That's fascinating. At the end, with a recurrence of that main theme, right? That main idea coming back, especially that metrical little trick that they were doing. And the last stanza of text that we get is, all the weight I remember was a lie in my chest. Fire turns to ember, now I'm finally at rest. And scene. And it goes right into the next song, which I even more want to hear now than I did previously. It's Grex, Grex, and it's 11 minutes and 48 seconds long. It's the second to last track on the album, and it comes next after what we just heard. Okay? So I don't often do multiple tunes on a Monday unless I'm doing like half an album, but I'm really curious. And while I'm here, it's been 3 years since I heard Einar singing his butt off on the channel. While I'm here, I'm going to keep listening, okay? So hang with me, friends. Let's listen to this longest track on the album. I don't know if it's got orchestra with it still, or if it's going to be more like a regular progressive metal sound. I don't know, but we're going to find out, friends. Let's listen to it. Grex from Einar Solberg. Here we go. Okay. New piece. Beautiful chord.
I drift again to where I lose myself in the concrete jungle, haunted by the hurt. Away from where you glow,
Such color.
my eyes so the one who lights the greenness all around me.
I drift again to where I lose myself in the concrete jungle, haunted by the herd. Away from where you glow, my only soul. That sounds like a 5. But it's subtonic to the minor. Minor 5. Flat 6. To the flat 7, which is 5 to the major 1, or flat 7 to the minor 1. chords that have cadence sound, and we cadence in A minor. And guitar! Right. Great sound with the strings backing up our band. And we resolve. Still doing the same progression. 6, 7, 8. I am glad that I played this. For sure. So it's that arrival on A minor again. These long, swimming, melodic lines. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a well-hidden 8 count. I love the space that he gives this music. It's like emo metal. For a Metal Monday, but I don't mind it at all. Ages I've torn myself apart.
I could never grasp in the dark, but I'm giving it.
The low tessitura.
Oh, I'm giving it. I'm only here to play my part. No longer lost beneath the weight of expectation.
Suspended Still suspended and bass went down. Bass goes down again. Bass goes down again. Is it gonna lead home? Nope. Giving in. Only here to play my part. Breathing deeper, I'm stepping into the light. The chains I wore are breaking into silence. Real arrival point with about 2 minutes left in the track. Where does he go from here? Okay. That's an effective use of that type of vocal. Scatter all around. Wow. This is incredible! Thank goodness. Thank goodness we heard that. Because I would have been really mad if, like, a year from now somebody said, hey, did you ever listen to all of Einar's album? I'm like, no, I never got to it. Check this out. I'm like, I could have listened to that in April of 26 when it came out, and I've waited this long. Why have I waited this long? Thankfully, something told me to listen to that. And thankfully, I listened. That was incredible. Too few people know about this. You know what I mean? That's part of why I'm here, y'all. I mean, the main part of why I started doing this was just so I could learn all of this music that has passed me by and share my journey with all of you. But as I've been catching up for 5+ years now, we have the opportunity to discover new music together. And I have an opportunity through connections that we've made, through friendships that we've made, through the trust in other musicians and other people that I've come to really admire, when they say, you got to listen to this, man, drop everything, listen to this. It's going to make your week. I trust it, you know, because it's hard sometimes, you know. A guy like Einar, he's not from America. I am, you know, and there's not a ton of people who are in on this. And if I was just after clicks and notoriety, I would never do something like this. But I'm after the learning the music, knowing the musicians who are, against all odds, making incredible art right now. Why would I not be drawn to an artist like this? Einar, if you're watching, good on you, man. Well done. That was incredible. I loved the first one, Vita Fragilis, but this one I really, really liked. I think it was a very successful combination of strings and rock music, especially. It's almost a 12-minute song, and there's only 3 verses and a couple of choruses that don't even have the same words. Verse 3, I've battled with the voices in my head, with echoes of words I've left unsaid. But I'm giving in. I'm only here to play my part. I take that as I can only control what I can control. I'm only here to play my part. The chains I wore are breaking into silence. I'm breathing deeper, stepping into light. And then it goes on when he starts really going for it vocally. March into the crowd, a silence far too loud. Welcome to the flock. I'm scattered all around, fragments falling to the ground. Welcome to the flock. Wow. No longer lost beneath the weight of expectations. I'm strangling old habits to let new life begin. There's a bunch of wisdom that we can take from that last piece, along with all of the musical excellence that accompanies it. Just an astounding achievement. Really, I'm so impressed with that. That was a lot of fun. So as we finish up here today, friends, I've read through a few interviews that Einar has given recently, especially regarding this new release. And I was asking myself, well, what happens with Leprous? You know, is that still a thing? He is still committed to Leprous, but he is empowered by the freedom that these solo projects avail him. One quote that he gave, he says, the direction that Leprous is going is entirely different. Leprous has a lot of space in the music. It's all about subtleties in the musicianship. You need to be an experienced musician to notice those subtleties. Whereas this solo project is more about raw and pure emotion, and it's very cinematic. I put as much time into the composition as I did into the musicianship. Fun. He goes on and he says, I want and I need these projects to coexist peacefully. He's talking about his solo work and Leprous. And then he says, when I've been doing the solo project for too long, I get super tired and bored of it. And when I'm doing Leprous for too long, I get bored of it. I need a lot of variation in my life, and now I have it. Einar seems like a very intelligent, a very mystical, a very old soul. A person whose art just oozes intelligence, wisdom, understanding, the result of pondering, the result of thinking, the result of mental exploration. I appreciate all of that. And he's got two outlets, main outlets, each in their own lane to allow that exploration and that art to continue to take place. I'm here for it. I got to listen to the whole album. I don't know if I'm going to do it in front of a camera or just turn it on and just listen, friends. Either way, boy, it was a pleasure today. I wasn't sure what I was going to do on Monday coming into this week. I'm very pleased that I ended up picking some of Einar's new music to start us off this week. And boy, what a fun video for me, rewarding video for me it has been. We have heard two songs from the brand new album by Einar Solberg. The album is called Vox Occulta. The songs that we have heard are Vita Fragilis and Grex, two songs out of 8. And I hope to get to more in the future. But for today, my friends, that is all for me. I thank you very much for being with me. We will see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.